that was an awesome day skiing. Just had a quick coffee and a snack in the van, and we're going to carry on the drive this evening towards Italy. I don't think we'll get all the way into Italy. We'll just drive a couple of hours down out of the mountains, and managed to find a charging point that is next to a 24-hour laundrette, so we can chuck Harry's nappies in there. We're still using reusable nappies for him, and yeah, the bag of used reusable nappies is getting pretty big. We're down to the last one, so yeah, it's pretty imminent.
We've got one more spare, and then yeah.
Yeah, so fun, exciting times ahead. It's showing 0 degrees up here, but I think it'll warm up quite a lot as we drop down into the valley. So this morning we charged to 100% at the motorhome stop-off bit where we were staying, which is about 8 miles down the road, and it used about 20% to get up here. And then Amy's been running the heater all day, which used another 15% or so. I think we're going to get a lot of that back when we go downhill, because we're at 1,500 meters of elevation now, and we're going to go down quite a long way. In the summer, you could go up and over the Gotthard Pass from Andermatt, where we are now, but because it's winter, that's obviously closed. We need to drive down the valley a bit and then go through the Gotthard Strassentunnel. It's pretty amazing. We don't need to think too much about charging. The combination, I guess, of having the larger battery in the van and also a lot more charging points compared to when we did earlier trips like this. So we've just gone into the Gotthard Tunnel, which is 17 kilometers long. It's pretty mind-blowing, the infrastructure in Switzerland. This is going to be going underneath where I was skiing today, all the way. It doesn't take you all the way to Italy, but it gets you like all the way through the Alps and out the other side. So that 40 Swiss francs motorway pass gets you quite a lot in Switzerland. 29 degrees, and we're going to get to 30 before we get out of the tunnel.
3 kilometers to go.
Absolutely roasting out there. Found a 24-hour laundrette. When you're travelling with a baby and using reusable nappies, these things are a godsend. And there weren't any of them like in any of the alpine villages when we were staying. I guess people in the Alps just don't do their laundry in public places. Happy days. That's what 5 days of reusable nappies looks like for this little guy. Are you happy now? Your nappies are being washed? I was right about the range. All that descent we lost. We have driven 65 miles, and we've got 50 miles left. So remember, we started with about 70 miles. We found this charging point just down the road in a sports centre car park. But quite an interesting unit here. It's got tethered cables, and not seen these before. That's actually got a tethered Type 1 cable, so that'll just plug straight into our van. This is pretty cool. Never seen a tethered Type 1 on a public charging point before. So let's swipe my Electroverse card, the magic trick to get almost any charging point to work. Boom! There we go, it's charging. Good morning. So we had a nice quiet night last night here at the sports centre. Got a bit of prompt start this morning. Gonna continue the drive onwards into Italy. It's pretty cool to see that sports centre there has a massive heat pump on the roof and solar panels there. Let's unplug from a tethered Type 1 cable and get on the road. In about 1 hour's time we're gonna cross into Italy, head down to Lake Como and then onwards to Milan. It's like we're approaching the border into sunny Italy. First rapid charge in Italy. There's a couple of big CCS units over there, but this is the one with Chanamo on. Let's give this a go. And I've had a look, and Electroverse Octopus is the cheapest one again to charge on here. Interesting, it seemed like it didn't accept the RFID card, but I just used the Octopus Electroverse app to start the charge. And now we're charging. Happy days. You enjoying your scrambled egg to rave music? So going well, driving down through Italy. We're currently between Milan and Bologna. Alright, time for a coffee. I think Harry is having a spot of lunch in here. What are you having there?
I'm He had some leftovers and then I'm following that up with a bit of bread and cream cheese.
Bread and cream cheese? Yummy, yummy, yummy. He usually faces backwards, but we just spun his car seat round so he can sit there and have lunch facing us. Well, hey, so we've made it to the Italian coast, the East Italian coast. So we're past Milan, so we left the Alps, went past Milan, past Bologna, and now we're at the Italian coast. Just plugged into this 7 kilowatt charge point over there. It's a very pretty little town. Some nice Christmas decorations around. And over here is this water dispenser machine. Never seen one of these before. It looks like you can pay to have chilled and sparkling water. 5 cents for a litre, or just chilled water. Kinda crazy that there is such a market for this in a car park. This is our trip down through Italy, so we're about halfway. We did about 300 miles yesterday. We're currently just between San Marino and Ancona, about there. So the plan today is to continue the trip down, and eventually we're going to get a ferry from Brindisi there across to Greece, and then drive down probably to the tip somewhere down here of Greece, where we're going to meet up with some of our friends and go climbing. First charge this morning in Italy is this NLX unit in this supermarket car park. We need to do a food shop this morning. Good pasta scenes.
Is that baby gnocchi?
Gnocchi with spinach. Yeah, it's the coffee section. Awesome. I love how in Italian supermarkets you can get spare parts for your Bialetti coffee pot. We've got one in the van, it's my favourite coffee pot. Right, we finished the shop. That took a bit longer than expected, but supermarket shops always take a while, especially in foreign supermarkets, but it was fun. We bought lots of tasty food. We're now at 99% and 136 miles of range, so we've got lots of charge. So let's go get back on the road and make some good progress towards southern Italy. The sun is shining. We're about halfway down now, we're about level with Rome. And yeah, the road's super easy to drive, nice quiet, big motorways. So we found a nice park up for tonight. We're in a little like motorhome stopover point with electricity, which is all good. But it's New Year's Eve tonight, which means it's a night of terror for our little doggy. It's already starting to sound like World War III out there with all the fireworks going off. Harry's sleeping, but poor old Bailey here is absolutely terrified. Usually he's asleep next to me here, but he just wants to like cuddle up behind Amy in a dark corner. Cheers. Happy New Year. Just realised that since we got the van in 2018, I think we've spent every New Year's since then in the van, apart from the lockdown year. So yeah, we're making a habit of being away in the van on New Year's Eve. But poor Bailey here, he's not having the best New Year's Eve. He's found like a dark, quiet spot under the bed here. But he doesn't even want his dinner. He's that terrified. We've cooked up this filled gnocchi tonight, very Italian. Oh, it's delicious, so good. First proper meal in Italy, it's a winner.
To see loads of horns, no fireworks. Oh, there's some over there. Smells sweet.
Is Mummy going crazy? New Year's Day, 5 degrees.
No, it must be warmer than that.
That's what the van says. No, it's probably more like 10. Had a nice little stopover last night in this motorhome parking area. Charged up, nice quiet spot apart from World War III fireworks going off in the background, which Bailey wasn't a big fan of. But we sat up on the van roof and watched them, Harry and I. It's quite exciting. Harry enjoyed watching the fireworks anyway.
Oh, the campsite just brought us some wine.
Because it's New Year's Day today. That's very good of them.
Via Baroletta, that's just down the road. Very local wine.
Harry, the next job this morning for us is to fill up with water. You gonna come help me? Certainly feel the temperature warming up. It's now a balmy 18 degrees. It feels lovely. Okay, so we have our first charging point failure in 1,700 miles of driving. I don't know how many rapid charges in the south of Italy. This NLX unit, I can't activate it. The whole unit seems to be offline. It's not accepting any RFID cards. And when I try and start it on any of the apps, it just says unable to connect. And on the NLX app, it's not there at all. So it's obviously just like totally offline, which is a shame because it's quite a nice new unit. But we didn't really need to charge here. We mainly just came here to use the toilets in the McDonald's over there. But hopefully this is not too much of a sign of things to come. But we shall see. So let's have a look, see what range we've got. Okay, we've got 87 miles of range and 60% state of charge. So yeah, still got plenty of charge. Okay, charge number 2 in Bari. This is not looking good. It looks totally dead. Okay, charge number 2 in Bari is not working either. Okay, so that rapid charger isn't working there, but it's 2 type 2 units here. And since we wanted to stop and have a bit of lunch anyway, I thought I'd plug into this NLX unit, activated using electro maps, and now we're charging. Nice clear screen on that. So we'll just have a little top up here while we have a bit of lunch, and then we'll head onwards. For the first time this trip, we put the table up.
Have a bit of a piece in the IKEA car park, celebrate.
Yeah, well it's New Year's Day today, and IKEA is closed, so we've got the whole IKEA car park to ourselves, which is quite a nice spot for some lunch. It's obviously a bit of a hassle to get the table out when we have Harry here, and it reduces the amount of space he can run around in. But it could be quite good because it'll keep the plates and things out of your reach as he climbs onto the table.
A friend recommended this cool little town here, Alberobello, in my best Italian. It's like it's got some really cool architecture. All the houses are circular, I think, so look forward to having an explore there.
Okay, so we finally made it to
Alberobello.
Let's go off and explore. Good morning. It's a lovely sunny morning this morning. We're going to go for a little wander before heading off. We stayed in this motorhome park-up area last night, which is great. We could charge from the hookup. It was actually surprisingly quiet considering we're quite close to the centre of town here. Only a stone's throw away from that main craziness where we were last night. But it's quietened down a lot. Like last night every single bay was taken with a motorhome. Where this morning a lot of them left. I think it's the end of the New Year festive period. It is raring to go. Really interesting place, this town. Apparently these little structures were built as corn storage, like agricultural corn storage, and then they stopped being required for corn storage, and then people started living in them, and I guess it became a bit of a thing, and it then turned into a tourist attraction. But pretty cool. Amazing like architecture and craftsmanship to build them. Pretty cool to see it in daylight after getting the nighttime experience last night. So we're gonna just poodle down the road now to Brindisi. I think it's about, I don't know, 30-40 minutes away. And the van's now fully charged. It's been sipping on hookup all night. This is the hookup connection here. Standard campervan hookups with 16 amp breakers, which is good. Some places like this only have 6 amps, so you need to be a bit careful. We'd still be able to charge then, just have to set the open EDSC to 6 amps. But obviously it would take a lot longer. Right boys, are you ready to get on the ferry? We are in the queue for the ferry to Greece.
Donated to the dog bed.
Amy's just been changing Harry's nappy, putting him into his sleep suit ready for his nighttime ferry. We've had a rather boring but productive day in Brindisi today. We've pretty much been sitting in one place, doing laundry, shopping. Yeah, basically doing lots of chores, so that means once we get into Greece we can just drive straight across Greece to our destination, which is a place called Leonidio in the south of Greece. So it's going to be about a 300 miles, 6-hour drive. Oh, hey boys, it's great how well they get on. How tolerant Bailey is of Harry, yeah, and how Harry gives Bailey a good cuddle. There's going to be Harry's first ferry experience. Bailey's been on a ferry before, and I think it's quite a traumatic experience for him because he had to go in like a pet cabin. But this time we're taking Bailey into the cabin with us, so it should be a much better experience. So he just gets to hang out with us rather than being put in a little sort of a pet cage with lots of other dogs, which he really didn't like. Well, hey, we're boarding the ferry. Wow, so they're going to put us down here, then they're going to park lorries on top of us. I feel like I'm driving like a whole aeroplane. Made it. We've made it onto the ferry. We've just checked into a room here, and it's amazing. It's so nice to have a warm shower and have a nice clean bed. Harry's sleeping peacefully in the bed. And Bailey's exploring the room. He's got his little bed over there.
Sofa.
Yeah, this is the suite room.
We opted for a suite so we could have a double bed, so we thought it would be easier to sleep with Harry.
I really like using a PlugShare route planner. It's a bit old school these days. Not many people use PlugShare, but I haven't found any route planner that gives me this level of flexibility and information. So I'll just show you quickly here. So in total it's 317 miles, and I've planned the charging spots here. Then we can see how far in between every charging spot. And I really like that it gives you a cool elevation profile. So we can see these are all the charging points and how many miles between each one and what the elevation profile looks like. Feels like a victory to have driven our little electric van this far. Just got the drive to the south of Greece, and then we'll have a week of chilling and relaxing, and hopefully rock climbing in the sunshine. Looking forward.